days. Think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use it.
Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go! What, lady? I'm trying to collect.
They go read option with Wilson. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think he might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. On 3rd down, Wilson, flush to his right, on the run, he'll let this go deep. Got a man, it's caught, inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. They'll roll it, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Cameron Meredith, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Hill. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking to throw on second down. Bridgewater escaping the pressure right. Lets it go for Nelson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Right there, 54 Mike.
On play action, it's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you know, that the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
On third and one, Wilson out to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On second and 15 now. Bridgewater. This complete to Jones. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up third and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
From the 16, Wilson sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it. And it's a Seattle Seahawks touchdown. Now Myers for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Seahawks 14, Lions nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try. And generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, man.
First down, and it's Hill again. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, it's Hill. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They go play action. Bridgewater. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
14.
They run it with Carson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Check. There we go. Whip. Watch the whip.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. And he's got Lockett. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 25 yards that time. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. This complete to Lockett. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
Everybody scoot up. Heavy. 36. Samuel West. Cross.
On 2nd down. It's Carson, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Here's Hill. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Returnable for Lockett. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
In on the tackle, Jalen Reeves-Maybin. They go read option with Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Flush to his right. And this is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Hill. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They'll try the option on 3rd down. He may try and run for this. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. He was able to escape the pocket and get out of bounds. You like the decision-making?
I love the decision-making, and I love the execution because you just know that his eyes were darting all over the place. You know, they talk about keeping your head on a swivel, looking for the danger spots where the hits are going to come from. How about him getting all he could out of that run and then getting out of bounds?
And he told us, look, I'm a rookie. I'm waiting for the game to slow down, but it seems like he's processing things pretty well.
He certainly is. He's slowing the game down himself with his actions.
He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now throwing on first down and completing it. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Rush in! Rush in! Rush in!
Now a 10th carry for Hill. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. And they'll try for it here on 4th. Bridgewater and company stay out there. Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. Lets it go for Nelson. That's going to be caught. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. J.J. Nelson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Extra point good by Prater. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be fielded at the 6. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. Complete. Smith has it. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd and 1, Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Flushed out right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
From the 25 on second down, Bridgewater. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. From the 40 now on second down. Wilson eluding the pressure, but I think the ball's out. And this will get out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So fortunately, they're able to hold on to the possession. On third down, it's Carson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. Now Wilson on first down. Flush to his right. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
It leads to second and 10.
Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. Play fake. Bridgewater. Complete to Jones. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing, Bridgewater. It's caught, Jones. Detroit, Marvin Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll run it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble. And it's second down. Throwing again on second down. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing is Wilson. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Devon Kennard has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is taken at about the 14. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Going again on the ground here with Hill. He takes this for 3 to the 29. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. On the carry, it's Hill. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Don't get nervous. No. Off. Kill.
Throwing is Bridgewater. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Right there. 54, right there.
And once again, Hill, he's been busy. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now Hill. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Eluding the pressure right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7.
Push him back.
On 3rd down, it's Hill. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. This one from 46 yards out. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that'll bring them back within 4. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 1st down, Wilson gets it to Meredith, complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. Mike 50. Mike 54.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Flush to his right. Caught by Jones. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, 83 yards. And the Lions have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had that lead, looked pretty comfortable in the first half, maybe got a little bit overconfident because that's gone now.
Almost takes us back to being kids, doesn't it? Because I know at some point your dad did the exact same thing mine did.
Okay.
It's okay to be confident, son, but overconfident, that's not a good thing. And that's maybe what we saw here. They thought they had this thing in hand, had full control, and guess what? They've got to find a way to get back.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Coleman.
The Lions take over 1st
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
You're not ready.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play.
Seahawks 21.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Play action now. Bridgewater. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Brad McDougal. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. After the interception, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And now here's another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Again, they run with Hill. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. The Lions on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Hill. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, the training staff takes a peek. We'll take a break. Eluding the pressure right. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he'll go down at the 28.
18 Gator.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson, and he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Flush to his right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Second and 9 now. Rolling to his right. It's caught. Lockett. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down. It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They stick on the ground on 1st down with Hill. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Hill. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Vaughn. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. A big seam, and he might go all the way. 20, 10, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant you've got to hold on to the football. It's caught inside the 25. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first, this one from 38. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. Well, that's one part of the equation, puts him back within one score, but I'd be surprised if we don't see an onside kick coming up.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, partner. They've still got the 2 timeouts. But without that third one, they can bleed a lot more clock on you. So how confident are you that the defense can hold them deep? I think you're exactly right. I'd line up and play for the onside kick here.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
And his throw here is incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Flushed out right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. This one complete to Lacey. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. Gets this one to Hill. And they'll have it in the red zone before it crosses over out of bounds. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Bridgewater. They're hauling it in, Nelson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Bridgewater to throw. And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie it. The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game.
Check. Check. Hayward. Mike's by 4. Let's go.
One last shot now for Bridgewater. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. But no doubt they had to go for 2 to tie the game. Now they need a miracle on the onside kick.
They gave it their best shot. Can they pull it off here and maybe get one of those onside kicks that bounces perfectly? and they can grab it and run it all the way to the other end zone. That's what they're down to at this point.
So that one will be accepted. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was